You would have heard so much information about job search in terms of what works, what doesn't work. So today I thought I will share with you 5 job search truths which will change the trajectory of your job search. Hi, my name is Shiv Faujdar. I'm a Singapore-based job search strategist and career coach and a former corporate recruiter. I'm also the CEO and founder of JobsMe, where I help people to get their next best jobs fast. And if you don't already, please do subscribe to this channel. I release 2 videos every week, a short, less than 2 minutes one on Tuesdays and a longer deep dive on Thursdays. I'm also a LinkedIn top voice, so don't forget to follow me there because I share daily posts on job search and career development over there. So let's start with truth number 1. Being open to more options is actually hurting your chances more than expanding your options. And look, I get it. Most people think, hey, if I'm open to more things, I will have more opportunities to apply to, I would have more options to consider. But what ends up happening is you are competing with everyone else in that particular function on a very generic level. What also happens is you don't have focus. Look, if we had all the time in the world, yes, you could apply to millions of types of jobs and be open to everything. But the fact that you have limited time and resource, and I'm not a big fan of doing job search as a full-time job, you need to focus your energy. And one of the best ways to do that is to find out where you have significant advantage, where you can kill competitions. So look at some of the skills which complement one another. For example, if you've done stakeholder management in your past roles and you also know how to use AI, now you can have complementary skills working in your favor compared to somebody who had just done stakeholder management. So look at skills which are beyond just your function, which complement each other and give you that definitive advantage. You can also look at sectors and subsectors. So maybe you're somebody who was in healthcare and you did insurance and a little bit of technology, and now you can play in health tech space, wellness tech space, and you will have so much of an advantage compared to somebody who doesn't have experience in these sectors. The second truth bomb is it's not the most competent person who ends up getting the job. It's the person who has made themselves visible to the right person, the decision maker. Look, I have seen firsthand how referrals give significant advantage, how speaking to people before the job is online is of significant advantage, of having conversations through networking, of having a strong brand where people want to attach to you makes you so much more favorable compared to being somebody who can do the job in their sleep, because it's not the most competent person. If you are not visible to them, you are the best kept secret. And by the time the job comes online, your chances of being called for an interview are less than 1%, and a lot of time a function of pure luck and timing more than whether you have the right competence or not. Truth number 3. By the time the job comes online, it might be a little too late. As I just mentioned, by the time the job comes online, there's so much competition. I have friends who take care of talent acquisition in their portfolio or only talent acquisition in their portfolio. And they might be dealing with 10, 15,000 CVs at one point in time to 30 to 40,000 CVs. Again, if the job has hit online applications and you don't apply within the first few days, or you are not conversing with someone, you don't know anybody who can refer you in, you might as well not apply for the role because the chances of being called for interviews reduce significantly. And this is something I tell my clients who tell me, oh, but the last date for the role is end of November. Please apply as soon as possible, because by the time you reach the last day, if they already have somebody who is in third or fourth stage, they're not going to restart the whole process just because you applied for them. Truth number 4, there are a million and one reasons for why you're not hearing back, whether it's through online application or even after interviews. So So I would say choose the one which keeps your self-confidence intact, which keeps your self-worth intact, because job search is such a crash course in rejection and frustration. You want to make sure it doesn't chip away your own belief in yourself. So choose the most generous interpretation for yourself here. As we discussed in one of the podcasts I did with Sonal, you need to be a little delulu to get a role. If you start doubting yourself and self-rejecting because over the course of the applications you did, you started thinking it's you who's the problem, it's not going to help you. So again, I've been on the other side of the table. There are a million and one reasons for why somebody is not getting shortlisted, and it may have nothing to do with you. So choose the reason which keeps your confidence intact. And number five, if people in your network, people whom you worked with, people who are networking with are not referring you on, it's direct data to tell you how strong your brand and networking is. It's not the problem of networking. People would refer someone whom they think has high credibility, is a good performer, is going to add to their credibility. So I had a client, and I have to give her credit for this. She spoke to me very honestly, saying that, I'm surprised that people whom I've worked with in the last couple of roles are also not willing to refer me or give me reasons why I may not be suitable for roles in their team or in their companies. It has got me thinking on whether I was a good team member or whether I was doing well in terms of building my relationship. Of course, she had her reasons. She was having something happening personally, so she did not take out the time to build connections. But this job search brought it to light how important it is to build connections before you actually need them. Now she's got a role, so I'm very happy for her. But at the same time, she's used this data to really rethink how she has approached connections in her past role. And while she's starting this new job, one of the things she has set out to do is how she can continue building on the reconnect she had with these past colleagues so that whenever she needs support, there's a network which is willing to refer her, and at the same time, she can also help them because that's how networking really works. So instead of dissing networking, really be radically honest, take radical ownership, and ask yourself, are you somebody whom these people can risk their reputation and credibility for? Have you built the right connection with them? So I hope these five truths will unstuck you in your job search and give you good data points on what may be the reason why you're not able to get the kind of ruffles, the kind of roles which you should be going for. And until next week, I will see you with another deep dive video. Go make an impact.